And once you kind of break down the formula of what makes something aesthetically beautiful, you start to understand that there's a rhythm to these things. And there's
What if Tesla built a motorcycle? I'm sure we're all very familiar with Tesla cars and the electric revolution. Today we're looking at a project, or should I say concept bike, by the Make Haste team. So grab a drink and welcome to this video. Today we're not talking about the drawbacks or advantages of the electric versus traditional engines, but only admiring the concept and aesthetics of SOKUDO. Oftentimes, life imitates art, and we have seen many projects inspire real-world motorcycles. This team, or should I say artists, come from Spain, but are now based in London, with over 15 years of experience and a very impressive CV. They are the team behind the vehicle design in Love and Death and Robots, 2014's RoboCop, Ghost in the Shell, Ender's Game, James Bond Spectre, the list goes on. They're also the team behind Ken Block's fox-bodied Ford Mustang Gymkhana car, or called the Huni Fox. All in all, to say the team Pekino and Thorpe have been busy and successful is an understatement. However, the industrious team aside, today we'll look at the art that is SOKUDO. From a fictitious brand, MHC, they are known for fantastic renders. A car called the Xenotype and SOKUDO, or Speed in Japanese, is the motorcycle in today's video. Thorpe loves motorcycle riding in the dirt, but is mostly confined in his Tesla when it comes to day-to-day commuting. Hence the inspiration for this motorcycle, or this concept bike. Other hints of inspiration can be found in 90s Ducatis. Using the Corona rendering engine, the project started with an all-electric frame. Not opting for an advanced monocoque, Duo chose a straight top frame with reinforcements to hold the powertrain's battery pack, extending to a single-sided swing arm to the rear, which is taken from a Ducati 3D model. In the front, the fork is supported by an inverted fork setup. Coincidentally, the same Ducati would also lend its shock reservoirs, braking setup, and a few other minor odds and ends, not only saving the designers some time and effort, but also bringing an extra degree of realism to the final design. The bodywork was inspired by Stealth Bomber, designed to be carbon fiber exoskeleton-like angular panels, and they remind me of a KMT RC8. The exoskeleton is designed to move and extend and mold to the riders riding on the road. The outer lines to where the traditional gas tank would have been is continued to the forks. The seat seamlessly flow into the tail section, ending in a sharp shaped tail. The tail angles of the exoskeleton is continued through the paneling, covering the swing arm that fills up the negative space in the back quite nicely. Since there are no gears, the foot pegs seem empty. That would be because the rear brake was moved to where the clutch would have been. The active aero bodywork isn't the only advantage. Futuristic features. Thorpe envisioned SOKUDO. After reviewing the swing arm and linkage design and various production models, Ash grew concerned about the angle of the rear shock. However, rather than simply moving and repositioning or adjusting it, he conjured up a more grand and imaginative solution. Thorpe is quoted saying, "I figure I would solve this by inventing an inner arm that links to the main subframe and has an internal tension bar system that would react to the feedback of the road, the rider, the speed, also the conditions in real time, which would also be connected to a Neuralink style interface that would feed off the user's biometrics. The joy of this stuff is it's all conceptual, so the sky is really the limit." If you're like me and noted earlier how low the bike is to the ground, the idea was that it would have modes, and the renders show it in a parked state. Upon mounting on the motorcycle, the suspension would rise and the bike would lift off the ground for better ground clearance. Now, concerning ourselves with colors, we see here in black and white with carbon tints. Thorpe's initial plans was for white and black, but also made a pastel version, which seems to contrast the angular design quite nicely. I hope you like this video review as much as I enjoyed making it. From one biker to the next, safe riding, and subscribe for more interesting projects.